So much said, I'm in too deep. Waters I tread can't catch my breath. A shadow chasing me, a game of hide and seek. Found they'll have a peace. All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Deconversion Stories. And if you can't tell, yes, I still have a plugged up nose and coughing and shit. All the rest of the flu symptoms have gone by the wayside, but these two seem to have been sticking around. And from what my sister tells me, because she had this one, apparently it lasts for like 3 weeks. So yay me!
Yay!
It's that season.
Well,
Fun! Can't wait for singing on Friday night. That's going to be a hoot and holler. Anywho, welcome to the show, Angie.
Rain, purple rain.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights for me too. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Niagara knows. Anyway, that's what they used to call me in elementary school. I guess my nose used to run all the time when I was a kid.
Oh, were you kind of Homeru's friend?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking, I got
The little-
a lot. So
Remember Konohamaru from Naruto? He had like the little the little pigtailed girl, and then the little kid who with the fucking little snot sickle, permanent snot sickle.
I feel like there was one of those on every show. But
I hate that
pretty
kid.
much.
I'm like, oh, it's so gross. Blow your nose. Use your sleeve for anything.
character trait. Yep.
I can feel that all the way down my body. Gross.
Yeah. We're off to a great start here.
Give the people what they want, Neil. Boogers.
That's right.
And the sound effects. Yep.
I'll try to aim for the camera every time I sneeze.
Oh, God.
Yay. All right.
All of our members are reminded to put on their 3D glasses for that portion of the show.
Yes, that's right. That's the bonus for being a member.
The interactive element of the show.
You get sneezed on.
Whoa.
All right. What did I say already? Oh, yes. Welcome, Angie, to hanging out with Mikey and me today and shooting the shit about deconversion stuff.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. What I usually do, or what we usually do, I should say, is chat with people about how they found their way free from their previous belief systems. So basically, kind of like you to go back into the days of being under the spell, so to speak, and what sort of things started happening to make you question, and where did those questions lead you that ultimately led you out of your previous beliefs?
You could sing that song, Neil. I put a spell on you.
Glad we're
Your mind. Your voice is perfect.
Because you're mine.
It's all
why isn't that the theme song?
you know.
Hey, you didn't like my singing on the theme song? Come on, man.
What if we sang a cover of Spell on You?
You should do a new theme song for every season, right? Every dozen guests.
Damn.
I only have so many music. I only have so many songs, for crying out loud.
We just became a full-time band. She gave us a crazy production schedule. We do 3 shows a week. That's a song a month.
Oh,
2 now.
Yeah.
2 shows a week now.
Well, you set the schedule, so you decide what a season is. A season could be 3 years long. I don't know.
I like her style. She's
Good
back on the committee.
Oh gosh. Okay, so let's ask a question about like your entire life. Let's just go with it.
What about when
Start
you were
at the
little?
beginning.
Like
Yeah.
little,
Remember
like
there
middle
being
school.
suddenly a light, and then I came into the world.
Someone hit me.
Right? So I was raised very Roman Catholic. 18 years. We went to church every Sunday the way you go to school every week. It was just you don't miss it unless you're sick. It was just a thing we did.
Question.
Yeah.
How long was your mass?
45 minutes. And
Oh
then,
my God.
yeah, I
Catholic
think we
people
got it
have
off
it figured
easy.
out.
Yeah, we got it
Catholic
easy.
people have it fucking
Yeah.
figured out on Sundays.
We fit like 3 songs, 3 readings, and a gospel. It was a lot. We fit a lot of stuff in there. Like 3 minutes at a time. Go.
You didn't even have to stop clapping because by the time you stopped, all right, into the benediction. Let's go.
Has anyone else called it Christian or Catholic aerobics, where you kneel and you stand, you kneel and you stand? It's like, yeah,
the choreography.
Yeah, yep. We all knew when to say things. It was very robotic, and actually, that was kind of part of what I started questioning. I mean, this is skipping way ahead. I'm sorry, I'll go back. But one of the things I started questioning was everything was robotic. You didn't say a lot of things that were personal to you. Everything was like, here are the words that you say, and who cares
Lord,
if you
hear
mean
our
them.
prayer.
Thank
Lord,
you.
hear our prayer. I was just like,
the whole what was it?
What the fuck was that?
Apostles' Creed. That was like a full minute, like a whole paragraph. So I started. I was in choir. I was in church choir, but I was also in school choir. And we started in school choir breaking down the songs we were singing in different languages. And I started doing the same thing with the prayers at church and realizing I'm not going to say every line I don't mean. I don't mean any of it.
Are you an alto 1?
I am an alto 1. How did you guess?
Woo!
I was
The boy is good.
until they started breaking us up, and then I just couldn't hit the notes anymore, man. Nope, didn't work. Yep.
Boy is good.
Woot! It was fun until I had to figure out how to sing harmony for the first time ever, because sopranos don't do that in elementary school. So
yeah.
Yep. Anyway,
It's weird.
It does, but it gets fun. Oh man, high school choir was great. Anyway,
Neil, Neil sang all the stuff you listened to on the intro. He wasn't shredding on guitar. That was him singing.
I'll be honest, I was too nervous to pay attention to the song in the intro, but I'll do it next time. Or next time I watch a show, I'll pay attention.
Well, Neil, she's nervous, so you'll have to sing it live for her to calm her down.
There you go.
With your golden pipes.
Yeah.
There you go.
They say you go down an octave when you're sick, so I'm just giving you a chance to live your best life. You're welcome.
Hey, if anybody needs any voice work done before Neil gets better, we got to get him reading as much things as possible so we can get that nice, gravelly, phlegmy grossness on there.
Phlegmy grossness. Yeah, that's what people want to listen to.
Yeah, that's
sign me up, Audible.
That's what you want to keep on the internet forever. Is that voice right there? Yep.
Wolverine, he has a cool voice.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's gruff and phlegmy.
Hey, bub.
Yeah, dude, Bubba.
That was like Halloween stuff. That was like let me be a demon for you real quick.
There it is. There. Grab them, get them. They should be in reach.
What are you talking about?
I think he's like, all right, let's get back on.
Neil, I think you got something on your face. Something right there on the tip of your nose there.
Oh, do I?
Be honest, I didn't see that coming.
She didn't know.
I would poke my eye.
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah.
Ow.
Are they plastic? They sound metal. Okay.
They're real.
Damn.
No, that's only when I hit this.
There we go. Man, we got the percussion coming in.
So you sang in choir for inquire for the thing. Now, I wasn't Catholic. I've only been to mass a couple of times.
Are you now?
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
But what's the is it like old stuffy hymnals? I can't see y'all like getting down to fucking Kirk Franklin.
No.
Or you know what I mean? Like, did y'all even have a drummer? Or is it just like, all right, press play on the thing?
There was an organist usually.
Oh yeah.
No kidding. There was an organist. Actually part of I said we were there for 45 minutes at a time for mass, and that was true. But after mass, my dad would go back for a second mass. He would sing in the choir, and that mass would have a full choir and a pianist and sometimes a drummer. So it depended on what mass you went to.
That was the
pianist
mass.
Oh, pianist. Never mind.
Pianist. Yeah.
Hard to hear the T.
Yeah, pianist. Yeah. And then while he was doing that, my mom would be teaching religious education and my siblings and I would be taking it. So it was a full morning event of like that was another hour. And we had like a half an hour in between all of that where we would socialize. I'd say 45-minute mass, but we were there for 3 hours. It just, we weren't doing one mass the entire time.
That's
we just chose not to.
That's unfortunate. If you have any sort of musical talent, good luck getting out of that damn building. Yeah. They will not let you leave.
Yeah. Oh, you're an alto? Come over here. Like, yeah, for sure. They were always looking for new singers. And I will say, and I think this is a positive sign for where the church is going as an atheist, is that most of the people in the church choir right now are in their 50s that I'm aware of. So they didn't have a lot of people my age that replenished the church choir, is what I'm saying.
Everybody's leaving.
Yeah. They were begging me to come back in my 20s because they didn't have any altos.
We haven't had an alto since Jeremy went to college in '87.
Jeremy, pretty good range on Jeremy.
He was an old school Adam Lambert.
There you go. That's fair.
That dude's got pipes.
Oh my God, Adam Lambert in a choir though. See, that would elevate it right there. I mean, church choir. I meant church choir. Yeah.
He could do alto for sure.
He could do anything.
He could do anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we did. Okay, that's a water break. Give me 1 second.
No, you're good. I can. I'll get us back on track. I kind of derailed the train here.
Yes, you did.
Me, little old me. So the choir parts are the choir parts. So what about the Sunday schooling parts? What kind of fun things did you learn in Sunday school? Like the age of the earth, maybe, or Noah's flood?
I remember mostly doing the normal.
Algebra.
You know how in high school in America you do in history class you do like the revolution every year, like every year it's the same thing. I remember doing a lot of
George Washington
every year. Like it was always the same. You know, the Good Samaritan was really big because it had a great message and all that. Yeah, lots of just here's a Bible story. Here's a let's discuss it. It wasn't. I don't remember now. My memory isn't great for details, just in general, but I don't remember it being all that deep. What I will say is that I then went back and did because it ends at 8th grade, and in high school, my parents expected me to turn around and become an education teacher,
counselor.
Yeah. I taught first graders. When I was ninth grade and then all the way up through high school. So I got to go back and do the Noah's Ark and the here's the Our Father, let's teach you this prayer because you have to have it memorized by next year and all that. So yeah. So I taught for 4 years.
What's confirmation school? Is that a Catholic thing?
Confirmation is 8th grade. 13 years old. Apparently, you're an adult at 13 in the church. I won't comment further on that, but we all
understand what that means. For Jewish people.
That's definitely on purpose. Communion was 7th grade. You got to eat the body of Christ for the first time. Big deal. Confirmation was the last sacrament that you get before, illness and death and marriage. Like the last one as a kid that everybody goes through at the same time. We were 13.
I like how they lump those three together. Illness, death. And marriage.
And the worst of all.
The ones that don't have a set age group. The ones that are like after a while you go through those. But
I look around this classroom and I see a bunch of soccer players and baseball players, but I also see unfortunately husbands, and that is the worst possible fate that could befall you. Just to be honest.
Depending on your church, wife could be a bad fate, but mine wasn't one of those, so we won't have to go into that. Yeah.
Poor kid.
What else? It felt very stringent, but now that I've heard about, the Mormon church and ex-evangelicals, I feel like I might have got off a little easy. But it didn't feel it felt like I was being talked into something, but like my parents wanted me to, so why not? Yay, let's do it. So, yeah.
So it looks like organized chaos is ill too. Me too, chaos, me too. Still,
how about purity culture stuff? Was your family pretty stringent on modesty rules or anything like that?
So growing up, before I was old enough to care, and before I was 18, more or less, not really. I remember thinking that it wasn't okay to kiss boys. I remember thinking that there was no. But it wasn't like you have to wear this, you can't show that, you can't do this. I will say that the Virgin Mary was very prominent in our church. She was right up at the altar. I remember her being the prominent female figure that we were supposed to base our, emulate. And the fact that she was a virgin, I'm sure crept in there somewhere. Like that's a great female role model. She's entirely based off of her virginity and who she gave birth to. I'm not crazy about that.
You know, the important stuff.
Yeah, exactly. What your body can do for God. Yep.
How useful are you to men?
Yep. Yeah. And what are you showing in the process?
Yes.
But then as I got older, that started creeping in. Like after I was old enough to be kind of I turned myself into a feminist thanks to the internet, the same way I turned myself into an atheist thanks to the internet. And while I was in my early and mid 20s, thank you for that. While I was in my early and mid 20s, the whole like you need to cover up so only your husband sees your cleavage, that started sneaking in, and I was like, guys, I'm not your kid anymore. Like, so I'm glad that didn't happen until then. I will say they didn't teach us shit about sex, about consent, about my parents, the church, nobody. I didn't hear anything until I was in college. So it was
just buck wild out here.
Yeah. It's kind of just we don't say anything about it. There wasn't negative teaching, but there also wasn't positive teaching. It was just we're gonna avoid this. So
and that's another one of those times where people say, oh, religion's harmless. People just believe in what they believe. Well, when you're substituting real food for junk food, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because people need their real food. And if you only give them made up fairy tale stuff instead of things that are important to them or useful for them their future as, I don't know, members of society.
Yeah. I also feel like quite a bit of it was left up to prayer. It was like, oh, you want something, you want answers to something, you have questions, ask God, pray about it. And of course, if there's no God to pray to, then you're just asking yourself in your own head. So none of your prayers, none of your questions get answered. And that's another thing about religion that people tend to overlook, is that the absence of God means you're just reflecting what you know to yourself, and nothing new ever sneaks in. So if you're a child asking yourself about sex, what the hell are you going to answer? Not a thing,
This kind of reminds me of, there's a Facebook post I saw once about this girl that says, I'm going to remain a virgin so that my children understand what it is to be a virgin. And all that stuff.
That's good. So my children.
So you're going to grow your kids in a lab? Is that what you're doing?
I've been playing that Death Stranding game, and I've been noticing that you can have these big backpacks and you walk around with a little baby in there. So maybe I'll just get one of those weird... What are those things called from the Labyrinth when they had all this? Have you not seen this? All right, let me pull it up. Now I sound like a crazy person. So hold on.
I haven't seen most movies or played most video games, so I will be of no help to you there.
Apparently, the game is just walking around. You don't do anything. That's why I didn't play it, but I do remember.
Isn't there a Goose Game like that a while back? I don't know. I'm making
Annoying Goose Game is amazing.
Watching people play that was entertaining for half a second. That was because people were just enjoying.
It's quick. It's not very many levels, but yeah, you get to annoy people as a goose. You're really good at it.
That felt like
goose people.
Minecraft did kind of a throwback where they were like, oh, let's bring these old graphics back. It'll be really popular. I feel like the Goose Game tried that a little bit. Like make it simple kind of thing.
It felt very clip arty.
Yeah. Oh, clip art. Dang, throwback.
Same with that other one, duck one or whatever, the Flappy Duck or Flappy something.
Oh, Flappy Bird?
Angry Bird?
Yeah, that's not Angry Bird, Flappy Bird.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That game took over. Okay, I found a bunch of pictures. I'm trying to figure out which one's best.
For what?
For Death Stranding, so I don't look like a crazy person.
Okay.
About 30 seconds too late on that one, maybe?
No. Damn you, BBC. You kept showing me ads. Ooh,
oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I wanted to show everybody this funny statue of the Virgin Mary.
Oh, boy.
I'm ready.
I feel like funny and Virgin Mary has never been.
Watch this. Oh yeah, you gotta see this for a second here.
Oh God.
Here you go. Boom.
What? Oh, are you kidding me?
That's,
yeah.
Oh, that's what that is.
I wish they had rounded the sides out.
I've seen that somewhere.
It's in Italy. It's in Italy, actually. Yeah,
you know what? That's Italy. That's where I saw that before. Italy.
Someone tell me that it's not just my mind, please.
What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
In C?
Wait, where in Italy is that? Is it like part of the
Um,
vaccine, or is it just standing somewhere?
This is Death Stranding, by the way. See, you have a little baby thing, and you're supposed to take it somewhere.
Is that an
That's-
alien?
No, it's a human.
Okay.
Human. I guess the babies are rare, so they're like transporting. I don't know. I didn't get very far in the game. Clearly, I downloaded it, and then the cutscene was too long. I turned it off. It was so long. He wouldn't shut up talking. I had to turn it off.
Fair. It looks like an action game, so I would expect it to be faster than that for sure. Because I know so much about video games, you know.
It's my jam, but I gotta be entertained. So post high school, and now you're out on your own, and the internet has turned you into this horrible baby eating heathen. What was kind of some of the stuff on the internet like that was mind changing?
I mean, I kind of hit up. All right, so to backtrack for half a second, when I decided that I needed to start looking into things a little bit, I was a theater major in college. So that comes with lots of gay people, lots of LGBT people, you know, and I had only known one LGBT person in high school, and barely, and it was kind of a taboo topic. So I get to the point where they're all now human beings to me, because there's many of them, and we talk about things, and there's, you know, they're nuanced, and had to go back and ask my family and ask my church, why are they going to hell? And nobody had an answer. Surprise. So once that ceiling was shattered, and you know, I had to kind of reckon with the whole thing about how you know, pedophile priests are not going to hell, but people who love people with the same genitals are, and that shattered my mind. And so then I was neutral. And then I decided to start looking into all of the typical atheists that you do, the Four Horsemen, and actually one. I'm gonna get her name right. Hang on, Francesca.
Four Horsemen.
Ever mentioned her? Francesca Stavrakopoulos.
Not talking about you, but
Holy God.
About time I got some recognition around here. Someone got the name right for the first time.
Did I?
Yeah,
I got it right, you jackass.
Everyone
I like
always
her.
goes somewhere else, but famine is the horseman of the apocalypse. That's why it's famous.
Yep. So I did their books. I mean, not all their books. I found it much easier to watch their stuff than God. Hitchens is hard to read. He's a lot easier to listen to because he takes 16 different. You know, he really clarifies everything in one sentence. But
a lot of commas.
But you
triple, quadruple, compound sentences.
Commas are for suckers.
A lot of dashes, a lot of input. Yep.
Yeah, like
really covers all his bases at once.
Just say period and then start a new sentence. You don't have to make it one long 48-word paragraph sentence. It doesn't have to.
But I do.
But I feel like he's listenable. I feel like when you hear him cover all of his bases and backtrack it like verbally, you're like, no, I get where you're coming from. I see all the bases you're trying to cover.
He's British, because British people use extra words. They use extra letters. They just waste.
They're thorough. I don't know. I'm just trying. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. There's a lot there. But I kind of found that at first I was
letters in Canada too.
Huh?
We use extra letters in Canada too.
When America takes over Canada, we're getting rid of all those letters. Just know it. And you're going back to the foot, buddy.
Canada's taking over America. Please and thank you. It's the other way around. Please.
Just wait. We'll come burn down your White House again.
Yeah, they did that.
Not a lot of the millennials will stand in your way, let me tell you that. Yeah.
Uncle Joe, wake up. Get out of the White House. They're burning it down. Wake up. Oh, Jesus.
Uncle Joe.
Oh, my goodness.
He falls asleep a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he's like 400,000 years old or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're a octennial? No,
octogenarian.
I totally just said he was 800 years old with octennial, but you know, what's the difference at some point? Yeah.
I'm a space guy. What's a couple of zeros amongst friends? You know, everything's in the fucking 10 to the 35th, so it's fine.
Yeah. If you can't stay awake for more than 2 hours or read
Robert.
read something off the prompter anymore, you might as well be 800. I don't care how old you are. So yeah.
Speak English, whatever.
So I was back on track myself. Oh, right. Welcome my brain. So I was trying to give Catholicism or God a fair shake when I started with the atheist thing, and listen to atheists debate believers.
Yeah,
try to do both. Try to give both a chance.
A fair and honest debating of ideas. What could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong is that I could lose all my faith, because that's what happened. Yeah. I'm telling you, 2 months of that and some just atheist monologues sprinkled in where they weren't having a conversation, they were just going off, made more sense than 18 years of church. So there we have it. And I tried with church, in my teenage years. I went to some of the youth conventions and had some moments of questioning that I tried to tamper down. And, it is what it is. You give me the evidence and I'm going to follow it. So, or the lack thereof.
Always follow the evidence.
There you go. What was the question before I got us back onto? Did I answer?
I think you were answering it already.
Cool.
I think. Yeah, I think you did. I think you nailed it.
Okay.
Purity stuff.
But you didn't have too much of that.
It was the absence of education in the sexual realm more than it was active purity culture.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, which I don't know there's any better. Actually, it might be better because I didn't have to unlearn purity culture the way I had to unlearn, prayer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Fear of hell. Did they do a lot of fear of helling?
No.
Or did you have?
I didn't get much of it myself. Like it's very possible I just didn't soak it in. But
so you didn't have the hell dream?
No. I see that a lot on atheists saying that they had to unlearn that. No, I never had a fear of hell. I feel like we didn't talk existential very, very often. It was very much in the now. Pray to God now. God can help you now. God can guide you now. I don't feel like heaven or hell were really stressed. I also only experienced one family death during my first 18 years of life that I remember, and so there wasn't a lot of afterlife talk generally that I needed to go through at all. But no, the fear of hell was not in there for sure. Yeah.
Because that's usually one of the first hurdles everybody has to jump over is to be afraid of something that's not going to happen, because you just see I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you dabble in the Wicca or Satanism or Confucius?
I had a friend who thought he might be psychic in high school, and so we did the Ouija board a couple times, did a couple tarot cards, but I didn't ever believe that any of that was really going to happen the way that I believed that my prayers would be answered when I did it. It was more of, what could this hurt? Helping a friend out with him trying to find his own way with whatever he's doing. But with all of that, it also wasn't, to me, at odds with religion. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go do tarot instead of Christianity. It was both. It was the angels are guiding me and the angels in God's heaven are guiding the cards. I found a way to make it work.
You had a very almost benevolent faith thing going, where they were just kind of here's some angels and shit. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, demons inside every song. Demons. It is a war against the world. And it's just damn. They were just hey, calm it down with the boys. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Under 18 over here. Can you calm down with the fire and brimstone and the creepiness? No, none of that. Yeah, I was lucky. I feel like my parents really relied on religion for the positivity of it all. I mean, they're not negative people, but it was like I said before, it was pray when you need help, and we're fairly Italian, even though we're Americans. So it was Saint Anthony will help you. Saint Anthony is the one of the patron saint of lost things, I think. There were a couple of patron saints. There was one of lost things. There was one of dead people.
Wish I'd have known that earlier.
And we had those little trinkets sometimes, not like hung anywhere, but like, on your dresser when you needed it. So we did the same thing.
Did St. Anthony get that like ironically, and it's like become a thing? Like he like left his hat somewhere one day, and then like, oh, don't pull a St. Anthony. He's got all the lost things, like, and now he's like got to wear that forever. That's annoying.
Yeah, like the nickname you can get rid of. Yep, that's his
He had
reputation.
his robe tucked
And have a heavenly garage sale.
I don't know, and my mom will come at me for getting it wrong. I'm pretty sure I have his patronage wrong, but we had those saints of things.
Patron of lost shit.
Actually, I'm gonna go Saint Anthony because I know that he was one of the ones we had.
Yep, Anthony of Padua. Priest and doctor of the church, remembered for his magnificent oratory skills and astute thinking. Anthony is the patron saint of lost things.
Nailed it.
You nailed that.
Nailed it. There were a couple of other saints that I don't recall that my parents had pendants of that they would. It wasn't like a, you kind of could be picturing like, a Wiccan house with all pendants hanging from the windows. None of that craziness. It was just like when they happened to pick one up from a church they were visiting, or when someone gifted one to them, or when they felt like they really needed, a little help in their lives. We were very much a saint. We didn't pray to saints the way you would worship Jesus, but it was a helping hand for when you were praying. So,
and see, that's why us as Baptists thought you Catholics were going to hell.
Yeah,
because look at them; they love all their little saints.
Yep, St.
Patrick is okay, but all the rest of them are no.
Yeah, and maybe St. Christopher. I don't recall what he is, but he wasn't important in my life or anything, but I recall his name being tossed around a few times. I had a Baptist relative, and there's been times when they are at odds with what my parents like to do at church. Like when we have like church gatherings together, it's like, that's not what we want to do. For sure.
My favorite saint was always Saint Steve. He's a
Okay,
patron saint of plastic forks.
What is that from?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like they have
off the top of my head.
Yeah. You can convince somebody of that, so why not?
Oh yeah,
Saint Carl. He's the chili cheese dog saint.
Right.
All I can think of is the Carl from Jimmy Neutron and the way that the teacher said it.
Oh, Carl.
Thank you. Yes. Can't take that name seriously.
That's Yakko, isn't it? I think that's Yakko who does that voice.
Yeah.
Carl.
Who the hell's Yakko?
Yep. Lost me.
From Animaniacs.
Oh, yeah. They used the same people.
Paul something. Hold on. Carl from Jimmy. God damn it.
Jimmy Neutron.
You got some Google though, huh?
My Google foo is very strong. All right, where is it?
I know the girl that does Jimmy Neutron's voice.
Oh, that's
no, is it the same one that does the naked mole rat from Kim Possible? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure.
I think it's Tommy Pickles, isn't it?
I feel like at one point I knew that one girl did like 6 of the Nickelodeon like young boys, but I don't know who.
It's all girls. All of your favorite childhood little boy characters. It's all women. It's all adult women. Bart Simpson, adult woman. Like they're all adult women.
Yep. Except the guy who played Ron Stoppable on Kim Possible, because he was from Boy Meets World. Definitely a guy.
Rob Paulson is his name. He was some of the Ninja Turtles. He was Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Yakko
with Mickey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just rattling off 90s childhoods at this point.
It's all the same guy. It's the same guy doing all those voices.
Yep.
It's like Mel Blanc.
Exactly.
Heard he wasn't a be a league here with all the references, y'all. Y'all are too good at this.
Or just Mel Blanc did all the original Looney Tunes stuff, all the characters from like Bugs Bunny.
Never got into that.
He was the voiceover king.
Impressive that those were voices though, because they sounded like sound effects sometimes,
Which he probably did half of with his freaking mouth or some weird shit. Like it was weird. Like that guy, like to have 13 different characters to reliably pull up is one thing, and he had like 50. And then every time he pulled up Marvin the Martian, it was right. Every time he pulled up Bugs, it was right. And it's like, fuck, dude, that was in your head.
Yeah, I don't get how they remembered exactly what voice they did for each character. It's not like you can write that down. Like, I mean,
write it in your own language, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Sklorplubenflick.
Unsure says I'm supposed to say it the French way. Mel Blanc. You got to throw the H in there. They always add H's where they're unnecessary, and they take the H's away where you need them, like Aki on the Heis.
I think his name was actually like BLANK, but he wanted to sound cool, so they changed it to a C.
It was always
okay.
a C.
Yeah.
Then he switched it up so he could, oh, it's very exotic. Can't you see it's Blanc, not Blank?
Blanc.
That would be a boring name, Blank, wouldn't it?
And you have to say it with that voice. Can't you see? It's got to be British.
Can't you
or
tell?
Something along the lines.
Pour some gravitas on my voice.
Yeah.
Go a little Billy D. Williams.
Oh,
Make it sound polished.
I could go through this guy's thing. Neil, if we wanted to, we could hire that very same guy, the guy Carl from Jimmy Neutron, to read the intro for the show. Just saying. Cameo is a thing. I've been throwing around some ideas. We could find just the right person to read us in. They got lots of names. Perhaps the after show will maybe we should have a tournament and have everybody vote.
I can't help but notice, but that's the polar opposite of what you're doing with your deep voice right now. So
I'm a tenor. I always sound like this.
Okay.
I can't help it. I have sidekick voice.
Sidekick voice.
Sidekick voice. I heard psychic voice.
I wish.
Right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'll die quieter. Sorry.
Psychic voice. There's a lot of eyebrow.
People's eyebrow?
I'm speaking to you with my psychic abilities.
Oh, sorry, mine was turned off. So yeah.
Oh, that's the thing about psychic abilities. If the other person doesn't have their walkie-talkie on.
Yeah, my signal's weak.
You're just standing there with a walkie-talkie talking to nobody.
Oh, kind of like prayer, but
what if you were psychic and no one else is psychic with you?
Yo, I've had that dream before though.
That would suck.
Like I could read people's minds and talk to them helpfully, not in a creepy way, but they couldn't do it back. It's I was about to say it's lonely, as if I've done it before.
You had a lonely dream? I have work stress dreams, but you had a dream where you had a superpower that only you could understand.
Yeah. Yep,
you dream? Must be nice.
Dude, I miss dreams. I haven't dreamed in 4 months.
I don't think I've ever had a dream that I enjoyed waking up from, even if they were nice dreams. It's always like, oh, okay, I'm back. Oh crap, what just happened? It's always very
back into reality.
Yeah.
I remember one time I had all this cash in my dream, and then I came to slowly, and I woke up and I was
man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go spend all this. What the fuck? It was a dream. God damn it.
Neil wakes up and tries to swipe his card in the air. Damn it.
Long before the cards. I had
got me again.
You wake up to your hands just catching money.
Cash.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sucks. All right, back to being poor.
At least you never Scrooge McDucked and fucking shattered all of your bones by diving into a pit of money. A vat of coins which just crunch all of your joints together.
Who told him that was a good idea?
Just break everything.
I have ended up on the floor after a dream though, so not the same thing, but yep.
I've done that. Couch sleeping on someone else's couch is risky. You can forget which way to roll.
I would absolutely do that.
It's like, the rest of the couch is this.
No, mine was my bed. I had no excuse, but that's good. I would do that. Some couches are high too.
Don't forget to water your driveway tonight, kids.
Maybe you were shooting the driveway in a very cool night scene for a movie.
We actually got our first frost here.
Keep it up there, please.
I'm not ready. We finally got
it on your side of the border, please.
Oh, don't worry. There's a huge unstable polar vortex over the central Canada and lower US that's coming. So
I
it's
feel
going
like
to get
that's just
really cold.
a fact of
Neil.
life these days.
Not
It's
here,
like,
but that's cool.
Neil, don't do that.
I have no control over these things.
Look, I know you got this set of actions in motion, but I need you to stop it now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Turn down the funnel clouds.
the fake remote was a great touch.
Our driveway is gravel. Well, that gravel has to grow, you know. That's how they become big rocks.
Gravel doesn't grow on trees.
It has to grow.
Gravel. How do you know I have a gravel tree outside? Fuck you.
I mean, if she keeps doing this, she's gonna have like a sandy beach for a driveway, which not the worst. Who doesn't like nice, smooth, delicious sand to just lay out in the sun with?
Who doesn't like a slippery surface to roll your tires on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the driveway's on a hill.
Nope. Oh my gosh. I grew up on one of those hills. Not fun in the winter, man.
I used to have to cut grass on a hill.
Ooh.
What?
That is, yeah, because like in St. Louis, a lot of the yards are angled.
Mm.
And that is, I don't know who they thought was going to cut that shit, but it is fucking reckless.
I grew up in New England. I am with you on the hills everywhere situation.
So stupid.
I like this. The leaves dropped out of the trees here 2 days ago, like all of them, all at once. Just that was it.
Happens, though. That absolutely happens.
For us, it's so windy. Like once they start going, yeah, it's only about 2 or 3 weeks, and then all the leaves are gone. It just sticks. The weather might heat back up. The weather might heat back up, and we'll get like a little Indian summer kind of thing going on. Mm-hmm. Oh, it doesn't matter. The sticks are all out, baby. It's stick season. As far as you can see, all the trees are sticks.
And the ground too. I mean, the sticks don't stay up there; they come with the leaves.
Yeah,
so
then there's sticks. Now you gotta rake up sticks.
Yep.
We get the big windy season here, and it's blown trees down in the neighborhood. Oh. Last year, one crushed 2 cars.
Oof.
Yeah.
2 cars, 1 tree.
In New England, I think I lost power. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different hurricane seasons, like August, September specifically, like a week at a time, because there was a power line down, trees down everywhere.
See, that's the thing about living in New England: hurricanes.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I feel like it started in like 2011. I feel like when I was actually a kid, it didn't happen as much, and then like the 2010s really just started hitting hard.
Oh,
the weather got nuts. Yeah.
We all thought it was El Nino.
Somebody's a Jim Carrey fan.
I'm sitting naked on top of the Great Pyramid, and thousands of women are throwing tiny pickles at me.
Well, actually, was that Jim Carrey? No, who was that?
But that last part.
Val Kilmer? Am I the only one that has this true? What the fuck? What fucking movie was that from, John?
I don't know. Hey, Tux TV.
Anyway.
We're getting pretty close. So I'll make this a longer question.
Okay.
Because I've been completely fucking out of it this episode.
It's okay. I got you, buddy.
A short one. I can talk for 20 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Real genius. Thank you. Yes, it was Val Kilmer.
It's real genius, Neil. John here says it in the. It's right here, Neil.
I know, real genius.
Oh no.
I know, with an O even. And you say we use extra letters.
John's a secret Canadian, confirmed.
We don't spell genius that way here.
That's what you would say.
Anyway.
So what's something with your atheist brain that you look at other religions that that you might have been more what's the word I'm looking for? Which you would have been more tolerant of? Like, what are you less tolerant of when it comes to religious folks now that you're completely out? Because some stuff like the music and stuff, I'm sure you don't care what the lyrics are to their songs. But there might be other things that now that you're not a part of it that you kind of see as reprehensible.
Wait, what parts of like the religion I grew up in or other religions? Oh.
Or both. Either one. Yeah. Do yours and then another one.
I mean, I feel like it's the no-brainers of, the crimes that are committed because the church turns a blind eye and doesn't say anything about it. And that's across the border, whatever religion you are. I feel like I would have the same, any of us would have the same reaction there.
You got to look at it this way, though. God
Yeah.
doesn't do anything about it, so they're just following suit.
Yeah. The blind obedience to their morality in any religion is maybe my least, I mean, aside from the crimes that are committed, my least favorite, like the thing that I would criticize the heaviest, because they say that, like, oh, my religion's not bothering you, the whole thing that atheists do now, where it's like, you live your religion, and as long as you keep it to yourself, I don't care. No, we live in a democracy. You're going to vote based on what you think your religion wants you to do. Therefore, I have to care what your religion wants, because it's going to affect my laws. The way that religion influences all parts of the person's life, and not just keeping them happy, positive, etc. It's just the way that I was able to ignore that when I was religious is kind of wild, because you weren't taught to see that. Because if you were taught to see that you were just blindly following, you might not blindly follow anymore. So I think, if that answers your question, my least, the thing that I'm most critical about maybe is that it's just the lack of questioning anything. And then when you do question, of course, as a religious person, when you question, there's going to be like the oh, well, here's an answer for you, just accept it. There's going to be the predetermined answers that the church, any religion feels is safe for you to know. Thank God for the internet, man. I re-raised myself on the internet, and it changed everything.
It helps.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
Anybody out there who's trying to learn something new and is not quite in the mindset yet, don't partake in the conversation. My way of learning to be a feminist, of learning to be an atheist, I wasn't reading people's atheist or feminist comments to reply. I was reading them as a third party. I wasn't going to be part of the conversation. Sometimes I was even reading things people had written 6 months or a year ago. So nobody was currently actively talking. I didn't have to communicate with anybody. You just read what they've written and think about what makes more sense. And don't worry about whose side you're trying to stay on or what you're trying to convince yourself of. And eventually you'll come to the truth that that makes the most sense to you. And that's how that all happened. So archived internet was changed, the game changer for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good
if you could go back in time and see your younger self, what kind of advice would you give to your younger self to try and maybe get you out of there earlier?
Start questioning earlier. I think one of the things I dislike about religion is that we're programmed is odd, but we are programmed as people. Evolution has programmed us to trust our parents and our elders because that's how we stay alive in our young years, right?
Yes, it's all survival stuff. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, and so religion. I was getting my religion from my parents and from all the adults around me. I don't think I knew a single atheist that I was aware of, even if there were definitely people in my town who were adults in my life who were from different churches, but as long as they believed in God, in the Christian God, the Catholic God, it was all fine, right? So I really respected what all of them had to say and respected their intelligence and respected their opinions. And it absolutely sucked having to come from an atheist perspective of, oh, none of you questioned any of that, and you were all just parroting back, and now I have to question all of your advice that you've ever given to me, all of you, because you came at it from a Catholic perspective or a believer's perspective. I totally lost what I was saying from 2 minutes ago. But one of the things that I hate the most that religion has done is that I'm going to say it, I have less respect for my parents and the adults in my life and what they what they thought they knew and what they taught me and all of that. Everything had to be questioned once I knew that their foundation for life was not rooted in truth.
Right.
That really sucks to have to question everything, not just about yourself, but about the people around you. And yeah,
you got to remember, they were the same thing happened with them. They were raised into the religion by their parents and so on. You can go all the way back, really. So it's not you don't have to lose respect for your parents. They're still your folks, but you could maybe lessen your respect because of their inability to try and understand and learn that what they have been told isn't exactly true.
It's kind of a lack of respect for, I have now brought them my questions that made me an atheist, and they have fought those questions and refused to accept that their responses were inadequate. And
no, it's not.
You know, it's that the conversations that we've had after my atheism didn't change their perspectives in the slightest. They held on, and that was a disappointment. I think it wasn't that they never came to it on their own. It was that when I brought it to them, you know, no one expects you to change 60 years of or 70 years or 50 years of belief overnight, but to refuse to
do
it. You know what? I mean, I
run a tight ship.
I switched 20 years of believing in 2 months, so maybe I can say that. But yeah. But I would at least like to have been listened to and to have them say that they questioned things, and they didn't. And it feels a little bratty to say that out loud that way, but just, you know, when this is the truth, or at least when this is what the evidence is showing us, it is what it is. Yeah.
Just to answer Toolsmith's question in there, is evolution a choice? No, it's not. You have no control over evolution. Evolution does what it does.
Evolution is as little of a choice as gravity is. It just exists. Just a fact of our world.
Well, it happens. Right? Evolution happens. It's always happening.
Yep.
Marry your cousin, evolution reserve. That's not a choice, though.
I turned mine off.
What's that? Evolution?
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, you can go through life without experiencing it because your lifespan won't cover a single evolutionary, you know, process, but not even close. So you can pretend it doesn't exist because you won't experience it. But
I paused.
Yes. Evolutions are only a choice if you're collecting EVs. Yes.
I forgot Pokemon existed.
Big facts.
What?
We play Pokemon Go. Me and Neil do.
Eevee is not happy.
We're 3-star friends.
Little what are you? I mean, well, I was about to commit a big sin and call it a bunny. So that shows you how much of a Pokemon fan I am.
Yeah, what are Eevees? Are they weasels or are they rabbits? Which are they?
They're cute. That's all I know. I can't.
They are officially
Eevee's my favorite. Oh shit. Oh, hey, there's my sunglasses.
Hey, the cuteness over there reminds me of the story I could tell from the day that I decided that I no longer wanted to try believing in God. Oh my gosh.
That is all the evolution.
Animal. Hi.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, viewers, I was talking to the stuffed animals. They were cute. Oh my god.
There's a lot of those now.
He just keeps pulling them.
It's got the whole kit caboodle.
Umbreon, Espeon.
Is that one evil or just have a thing on its head?
They're all good. They're all good.
They're all evil.
They're all evil.
They're all coming for us.
They're Pokemon, so they're all Satan.
Yes.
Of course. Yep. The original Eevee right here. And
I was a huge Harry Potter fan as a kid.
Vaporeon.
One of my that was cute. One of my very religious aunts to make sure it wasn't satanic before I read them. I was still allowed to read them though. Very cool.
Yeah, they told my mom let me keep playing Pokemon because she had already bought the game when the church turned on it. And I was just like, you already spent the $39.99. You might as well let me finish it.
Curse those religious teachings that aren't
you ain't taking this shit away from me.
And then she saw me playing it. She's like, it's a nerd video game. Who fucking cares? Like, no one cares. This is not evil. He's a fucking nerd. He's just playing nerd shit.
I think maybe it was because it taught that evolution was a thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what they got mad about.
Yep. Yeah, I heard somebody just a couple of years ago say that Harry Potter was about giving us a new person to worship, and I was like, oh yeah, we all worship Harry. That's why none of us have him as our favorite character. Are you nuts?
That's why we all got that tattoo on our forehead, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as I read the book, I was like, to the tattoo parlor, please. Giles?
Also
to
have all the EV pins too, so.
Yo.
Is
that all the same Pokemon? There's 9.
Yeah.
I thought there were 3 evolutions. I don't know where I got that from.
They got more.
The original, and then all the other ones falling off of it.
I would recognize one of those on the street. that's it.
I've been using them for my what's it called?
I've been using mine too.
For battles
Like
and
raids.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting really good.
Can you battle in Pokemon Go? I thought that was just a collection thing. Okay.
No, you can battle.
Yeah, it's fun.
You battle each other. You can go into raids. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Dang.
All right. Well, I think this is the kind of stuff we could probably do in the after party. So, and I really have to pee.
So, yeah, you'll be fine.
All right, I'm done. That's better.
All the Eevees in the background are screaming.
And I'm finished.
All right. Yeah, I think we can do that. If any of you guys out there want to jump in with us, just let us know and we'll get a link to you. But Angie, thank you so much for joining Mikey and I today.
No problem. I fully just realized that there was a comment section over here.
Yeah,
I've been a great
guest. Did the 200 notification over there, whatever it was up to?
Yeah. Well, I saw them pop up on the screen when you guys picked them, but I didn't realize I had access.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? The nerds in capital letters, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Clockwork. That's Rex.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a ton of Star Wars Lego. As you can see it.
Legos. I miss Legos.
Hey, it's Lego. There's no S.
Legos.
I thought you were making a joke about letting go of them. I didn't realize you were making a grammar correction.
Legos.
Lego is the plural.
See, that's where my mind goes with that too.
Like
the Eggo commercial. So
like geeses.
That's on there for fun.
And gooses.
Lego my Eggo.
Mices.
I made an Eggo out of Lego once.
Lego.
Delicious.
You know, it's so good.
You got to put the syrup blocks on there. That's the annoying part.
The syrup blocks.
You got to fucking put the syrup blocks on each little fucking individual square. It's annoying. They should make syrup in a line.
This is an incredibly deep cut. Eggo waffle Legos. No idea.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone out there in the chat over on Twitch and here on YouTube. Well, I guess we're on both at the same time. So yeah, thanks everybody.
That is correct.
That is correct. And you win a lovely home version of the game. Thanks to our amazing patrons and members. We couldn't do this without you. So thanks for all you guys do for the show. I'm still a little plugged up here, so I'm a little out of it, guys. I promise I'll be better at some point. But my sister that I saw last weekend tells me this sucker lasts for like 3 weeks. So yay me. Yeah. Stuffy. It's going to be fun trying to sing tomorrow night at band practice. Because I didn't go last week because of the birthday, right? So,
how many people in your band that sing?
There's 4. Oh no, I'm the only one that sings. The bass player can do a little backup, but I'm the only singer in there.
Just bring in a tape recorder.
We don't want the other people singing. Trust me, especially our drummer. Don't want the drummer singing. Anywho, like I always say at the end of the interview section, guys, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, I'm really into this. It's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time. Send us a shout out if you want to jump in the after party. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.